Welcome. Today we're going to do some simple stretches that will help you breathe better. When we're stressed or tense, our muscles tighten and it inhibits the ability of your rib cage to expand to allow a normal breath. Our breath starts to tighten and get more up in the upper lungs, more clavicular, and that can cue the stress response in your brain. So we're going to begin by first trying to feel the breath coming down in the belly using a position called the incomplete rabbit. You can do these sitting in a chair if you don't want to be on a mat on the floor. If you're in a chair, you'll just sit at the edge of your chair and lean your belly forward. On the mat, we're going to kneel and bring our elbows down in front of the knees. As you breathe in, draw the breath down into your belly and feel the belly press against the thighs. As you exhale, just relax the belly and let the breath ease out of you. Put a little more attention in the breath coming in, feeling it in the front belly, pressing your thighs. If you don't feel much at first, that's okay. Be patient as you learn a deeper breath. We're going to stay in this position, but next shift the attention to the side belly and see if you can feel some expanding there. It will be more subtle, but perhaps you can feel something. And then lastly, again, the same position, shift your attention to the low back. As you breathe in, can you feel some expanding in the low back? This area is covered more densely with muscles, so it doesn't expand as much as the front belly. But we want to use the full capacity of the lungs. And we can breathe through our back ribs to enhance that capacity. Try a couple more smooth breaths into your low back. Feel there. Next, press up to tabletop position, coming to all fours. We're going to work with the opening of the middle of the back and front with cat and cow. Start by making the cat shape, pressing your heart into the sky, letting the tail scoop down and the chin come towards the chest. Feel your heart pressing up into the spine. The next is cow, shifting the spine to arch. The sitting bones lift up behind you. The belly opens more here. We're getting some stretch in the front of the plane of the body. Now with your breath, exhale to cat. And inhale to cow. And repeat. Stretching the back of the torso on your exhales and the front on your inhales. Come back to neutral with this exhale. We'll do a similar flow, but for lateral flexion of the spine. This will help open up your side ribs and your obliques. Begin by peeking over your left shoulder and let your left hip swing to the left as if the hip is trying to see the nose, creating a side bend. Feel how your right side is a little more open and your left side is more contracted. Come back to center And then peek over your right shoulder, let your right hip swing to the right, and feel the opening in your left side body. Now we'll flow, inhaling to center, exhaling to side bend. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the right, side bend. Continue. Going back and forth. Feeling the side body opening up. Finishing one on the right side. And then coming back to center position. Good. Next, I'm going to scooch my table back just a little bit so my feet are towards the back of the mat and I have a little more space out in front of me. For this one, we're going to keep the hips stacked over the knees and walk the hands forward and lower the forehead down. If the forehead doesn't reach the floor and it feels too stretchy, you can use a block or another prop like a blanket underneath your forehead. Or, again, just have the head directly to the mat. Feel the stretch in your chest and through your armpits, maybe some in the outer shoulders towards the sides of your ribs. Maintain a slow, smooth breath, the inhale filling up around those muscles that are stretching. The exhale allowing the stretch. Feel the heart sinking a little bit more. Don't worry if you can't do all the poses offered here. Honor your body and make adjustments as needed to fit what's right for you today. And start to walk your hands back under your shoulders to press up off of the floor. Coming back into the table position. We have just two more poses that we're going to try. The first one is on our backs. And we're going to use a block as a prop to help lift the hips so we don't have to effort so much and hold the hips up with our muscles. If you lie back on your back and then slide the block under your hips. Each of us has a different flexibility, and so the block height is variable. Notice that you could put the hot block on a medium setting and have a little more stretch, or up on high to have a bigger stretch. Here we're trying to stretch the muscles of the abdomen. So instead of gripping here when you exhale, again, just let the exhale be easy and the breath fall out of you. If you want, you could put your hands on your front belly and breathe in. And you can feel that expanding under your fingertips. The exhale, it softens. It's also fine just to leave your hands down by your sides and just feel the sensations of the belly muscles stretching with the inhale, expanding like a balloon filling and softening as you exhale. Continue. Once you learn these stretches, you can do them on your own and perhaps give yourself a little more time, working in the areas that feel tight for you. But for now, let's remove the block and lower the hips back down. Roll over to your side to press up. We're going to finish in a seated position. You can either kneel on a block in this seated fashion, called the hero pose, or if you prefer cross-legged, you could do that. The last one is for our upper back muscles. We're going to start by bringing your arms out like field goal, and then bring the elbows together and press. As the elbows press together, the shoulder blades or scapula on your back are going to get wider. Now it may be that you're able to cross your left elbow under the right elbow and get the stretch a little deeper. Press the backs of the forearms towards each other. If your elbows don't cross, that's fine. Just keep them pressing together. If they do cross, you might also find that you can cross your wrists. Now this is a little more complicated. So again, only work to the level that feels okay for you, where you can still breathe comfortably. So we're going to breathe into the upper back, behind the heart filling. And as you exhale, press your forearms forward to enhance the stretch. And then again, breathe into the upper back like a parachute, it broadens. And the exhale, forearms press forward. Try 2 more. Good. Before we change our arms, we're going to do a little up and down with your elbows. Inhale, the elbows lifting. Exhale, the elbows lowering. Keep the forearms pressed away from you as you take your arms up and down. And then release the arms back to cactus beside you and change their cross so that the right elbow is underneath. If you're doing pressing elbows together, you're not going to change size. It'll be the same. Maybe just the elbow hook. Maybe add wrist hook. Press the forearms away from you. Inhale, big behind your heart. Exhale, press the forearms more. Notice that the arms are staying relatively upright. I'm not pressing to bend. The elbows and the wrists travel away equally. Feel the stretch in your upper back. Let the breath enhance that stretch, feeling. Good. And then finishing with the elbow flow. Inhale, lifting. Find your range. Exhale, lowering. Still with the forearms away from your face. A couple more ups and downs. And then releasing your hands to your lap and pausing there. That completes our stretching for easy breathing sequence. Do this regularly to shift the tone of your muscles to make your breathing deeper and easier. Thanks for joining.